Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here early on this Friday morning. Clouds clearing out of southeast Nebraska, thick low clouds. They're actually more towards Richardson County and southeast, so they've already cleared out of these areas. We're not seeing any fog this morning. There are a few, they're not as thick clouds. They're more mid and upper level clouds that are actually drifting in from the northeast this morning. So we'll see a few of those around, but we should see quite a bit of sunshine today. Wind's a little bit breezy, and I'll back this up so you can see here those northwest winds up around 10 to 15 miles per hour will make it feel just a little colder out there, but it should warm up some out there today. We will see some snow melt, although those with a lot more snow on the ground, it's going to be a little colder than others where there's not much snow on the ground. Tonight, couple of things. First off, there will be increasing clouds from the northwest right here. Those are going to move in. There is the potential for fog to develop. It's not a certainty, though, by any means. This model is extremely aggressive. This is our in-house model. Extremely aggressive with the fog developing overnight. But again, that's not a certainty. There are other models that don't even hint at the fog developing. So I'll just mention that there's fog potential, but we are not guaranteed to see that overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. But we will see a lot of clouds around tomorrow morning. Those will give way to sun as the day goes on. More sun in the afternoon. Another decent day temperature-wise. And then tomorrow night, once again, maybe some fog development, but also a few clouds on the increase as a cold front dives south through the area. That front will bring a cool down for the final day of 2023 on Sunday, although maybe not quite as cold as previously expected here. Let's take a look at temperatures the next several days here. Now, these are all probably a little too high. Going low to mid 40s today. I wouldn't be surprised if some are stuck in the upper 30s just because of the snow on the ground. That especially the deeper snowpack that we're seeing over these areas here to the northwest, would not be surprised to see it a little bit cooler there. Tonight's temperatures dropping into the 20s for overnight lows. Tomorrow, kind of the same thing. We're going 30s and 40s. There are some that are probably not going to be as warm as expected with the snow on the ground, but notice the 30s up north. Those temperatures coming in as that cooler air begins to spill southward. We'll feel that more tomorrow night as we drop into the teens and lower to mid-20s, and then we'll feel it on Sunday. Although, again, it doesn't look as cold as previously expected. We'll see some upper 20s, lower 30s, maybe even some mid-30s. So it will be cooling down a little bit Sunday, and then beyond, it looks like we'll kind of keep those 30s around here. So it's not a real active forecast, to be honest with you. I'll just go out through the 7-day forecast. This graphic would be a very naked graphic if it didn't have the New Year's holiday icon on there. For New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. We will cool things down. It's not going to be super breezy or windy. A light, little bit breezy, but not super bad out there. Not dealing with any precipitation. Just kind of each day is kind of a mix of clouds and sun. Some days a little more clouds, some days a little more sun out there. So today is our full-blown sunshine. And you can see the highs settling in, low to mid-30s. Lows will be down in the teens and 20s, which is just a typical late December, early January forecast. It will be a little colder if you're ringing in the new year here Sunday night into Monday morning and you're heading out. You may want to bundle up a little bit. Now, in past years, you can remember some years not too long ago where you had a little minus sign in front of that 12, and that's what our temperature was, so at least it's not that cold, but it will be a little on the chilly side. And you see in the long range, we're not going to see it really get real warm, but at the same time, we're avoiding the Arctic air spilling southward in our area. So near to slightly below average temperatures are expected going into early January, and in fact the Climate Prediction Center kind of has that same kind of outlook. We're near to slightly below average in our neck of the woods heading into that 5th through the 11th of January. The above average temperatures off to our northeast, colder than average off to our south and west. And moisture wise, maybe it gets a little more active down the road here. This is beyond our 7-day forecast, showing a little bit of moisture. There's a slightly better than average chance of above average precipitation. We'll see. I'm not seeing a ton in the long range forecast models. Here's the European model. There's not a lot to show you other than some passing clouds. There's the cold front moving south right there. That'll see the clouds with that. That'll spill some colder air south, but the moisture stays to our east. And then next week it stays mostly dry with some passing clouds from time to time. Maybe late in the week we get a little bit of moisture here. We'll see. But that's a long ways out yet, so I'm not going to go too gung-ho on that right now. There's the GFS model. And again, pretty quiet the next few days. Here comes the cold front right here, diving south, but pretty quiet overall, and then not much to show you down the road as we're not seeing much moisture until maybe late next week of the following weekend, but even then not seeing much in the long range forecast right now. We'll see. So there you go. There's your forecast for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Have a happy new year, and I will see you all again next Tuesday morning. Take care, and God bless. Bye.